Good morning. I got you guys live here on the community, YouTube, and as well as TikTok. Let me load up my TikTok here just so I can see y'all's comments. Quick announcement for those watching. Next week I'm going to be starting live or the huddles at 8:45. So it'll be 8:45 to 8:15 or 9:15. Probably going forward. My daughter being in school just makes that time frame a little bit tight. So I'm gonna give myself an extra few minutes there. So typically we end up going a little bit over anyways. And I take a break in between, which I don't necessarily need to do. So I think we're gonna start doing that. So if you guys are watching, that is the plan for next week. So let's talk today a little bit about the news that happened this week, the news that happened, and then just kind of let's talk about today overall, right? What the plan is. So first, I want to start off like always. Let's go through our day yesterday. So you can see on the chart here. Let's go through. We're on extended hours. Let's flip this over to regular hours. And you can see right about there is where we opened up and we had that pump. So I talked about this yesterday for the news on the CPI data that we had. And then one of the things that I brought up during the CPI data is that the most important thing, right, was that we were able to see that we held that higher low. And so you can see this was Wednesday on the 2 minute. We got Thursday. So if you come back to Wednesday, market open was about right here. This is where we went kind of a little bit crazy on it. And so you can kind of see, even though we pump through here, right, we end up creating that higher low again right here. That caused some bullishness. The key thing is I touched on this yesterday, but a lot of people, I love people say too many indicators. Good luck to you. So a lot of people were asking about it because the news was bullish or bearish. I mean, on the CPI, and but yet we went up, right? So if the news is bearish, like it is, and it does not have enough strength to pass it through certain key levels, right, it's going to flip into bullish sentiment, which is what it did. So everybody in the room that we had was taking calls and riding the wave up, where I know a lot of people out there were stuck in the puts probably still now. So just touching on kind of where we went yesterday. So yesterday the market opened. You guys remember yesterday when I was talking about it, we're likely going to push north. We had that higher low. We came in, the market opened Thursday. We did push north. We kind of kept that higher low continuously, right, throughout the day. This was just kind of a lot of retail kicking in. They were squeezing out some of the puts and stuff like that. The thing yesterday, guys, is I wasn't too concerned about taking puts up in this level because we do have that auto strike going on, right? So which is obviously impacting because we're pulling back. So that's kind of how our day ended up rolling through. Now kind of where I'm going to look to see where we're going through today. Obviously just be careful taking calls, right, with the strike happening and the auto workers. I mean, it could disrupt this, right? So from a technical standpoint, you can see that we're opening down here. Let's go to extended hours and just kind of show you the whole picture. It's just dumping down. So we did have our death cross here, and we are staying below that 21 SMA. So our Bollinger Bands were green on the 2 minutes. We are flipping red. So let's go back to the 1 hour and just kind of see. This is some lines that we were testing out yesterday in the room we were talking about. So you can see that we did end up breaking more north up to that 451. And so I'll probably just delete this upper line for now because I have this trend line here. But we could not create that higher high, and that since then we're just bleeding. So as far as looking for a bounce, with the news out there also being Friday, just be careful, guys. If we hold support at 448.36 in this range, which has been a pivotal area, then we're likely to bounce back up to that retest of that 451, possibly create some kind of double top or sort. If we break that, then it's almost certain we're going down to at least 447 before we get any kind of support. So being that it's Friday, I always tell you guys, when you're setting the automation, the live trader settings, be a little less aggressive each day, all the way up to Friday. And then Friday, you want to be the least of being aggressive. So for me, I'm going to set a call, but it's likely not going to be until this range. Probably, I might even go. Yeah, I mean, we can get a little scalp possibly off the 200 on the 1 hour. Plus, it happens to be right about there. So I'll probably set my call about 447.25 to get that scalp. Let me go back here. Y'all can see we did get our close from this one, right, and then it rode all the way up. It actually, this is the beauty of the live trader, guys. When we talk about it in the room, you can see it rejected off it. This was our point to take a put. It blew past it, so it did not take the put yet. So think of all this time that you did not burn on that contract, right? And so we did end up taking a put right about there. It just barely wicked it, right, enough to throw it into it. And then you can see where we are now. So, all in all, it's going to open up a good trade. So, but again, we want to set today. So let's go ahead and drop the indicators down. We're going to take the call. My bounce call that I want to do is going to be 447.25 is what I said. 25. And then all you have to do, always remember, guys, just change this date. I'm going to do my contract. So I tell it's funny, somebody was making fun of me in the room because I go 0 day, 1 day, 2 day, and I get it, throws you off. So I'm going to start doing 0 day. So we get some people that say that their indicators did not actually fire on their exchange or their brokerage. And so keep in mind, guys, you have to have the correct days in there. So like you can't put a 2 day in on or a 1 day in tomorrow or a 2 day, right? Because it's gonna be Sunday. So always don't forget to take into account of 0 days. So you have 0 for Friday. You got Saturdays 1, Sundays 2. So you'd have to do at least that third day, right? And you have to kind of make sure you're careful of holidays too. So we're gonna do 3. I'm not letting it go past the end of the day. So if it gets to 3:45 and I'm not out in profit, I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna lower my volume a little bit today. I'll probably just do 5. I don't want to. I don't need to push it, right? I'm green for the week, so there's no reason to take unnecessary risks. I'm not gonna trade past 2. So if it ends up past 2 o'clock, then I'm not gonna trade on that. I did want to touch on, actually, I need to put in an announcement now. I'm gonna set it up on the huddle for the sake of time, but I'll redo it when we talk about it with the same settings. In the trading room, but we did have a new version out, so there is a Live Trader 1.04. You're gonna want, or I'm sorry, 1.05. You're gonna want to do that one. So, now keep in mind you don't want to the one that is already in a trade. You don't want to take that one out, right? So we want to identify that one and then just leave that one. Don't update that one yet. So how would I update that? Let's just do it, right? So that way we can do it together. So I'm going to take my call. All I have to do is just take this one out, right? You hit save on your Live Trader. Sometimes you need to go down here and just re-click that just to refresh it. And let's see, sometimes you have to actually close it, right? So let's see if it does it. So Live Trader options, I'm going to leave this blank. I'll fill that in, but make sure you have your passphrase in your email. I'm just not doing that live. And you can see here, right, it updated to 1.05. So as simple as that. And so you can have a 1.05 here and still keep this one as 1.04. You don't want to mess with the one that's already in a trade because the bugs that we had to correct doesn't have anything to do with that trade. So, and so what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the volume. So we said we wanted to do about 5. We are doing a call. We said we were going to do 3 day. I don't want to trade past 2 o'clock. I'm just showing you how quickly we can set these up. We're going to stop it at 3:45. all you gotta do is do your closing candle, which you're gonna do today, 9:15 and 9:30. And then we said 447.25. Lately, I've been going with the 0.5 strike price. I don't like to DCA, and I've been doing, because I'm only doing 5, my contracts will be my stop loss, so I'm not setting that. So that's the settings. You can pause to read that. So I'm going to go to my alerts. I don't want to delete the put that's 450, so that's that one. You just highlight over it. You can see in the top part there, you'll see the strike price. That's what I'm looking for. So this one's the 446, so we'll take that one out. We'll take this call out, and we'll leave this one. Do not touch it because it's in the trade, right? We don't want to touch it. So looking like it's going to end up pretty good there, guys. Not too shabby on that one. This is going to be a big win for you guys. So especially with the thing going on in the morning. So all we got to do now is set up the alerts. I'm going to create that. So we got our call range. Depending how, guys, this is, I also want to touch on this. I'm building this now, but I may adjust this if it considerably changes, right? Like, I mean, if this thing just tanks to 446 by the time market opens, I may make an adjustment, right? This is not a set in stone. So you do have to be prepared to make those adjustments. If you're in the community, any adjustments I make, I typically put them in the room just to let you guys know. So, let's take a look at, so this is our 451. We don't want to touch that one. We'll do the other put later. I'm not going to do a continuation call, so I'm just going to take that one off. This one I was testing something out, so let's put that back. I don't mind a continuation put because of the news, so let's go ahead and take this indicator off. And again, just hit save and then come down and click that again, and then that usually resets it most of the time. And then make sure you put your email and your passphrase. I'm just not doing that while I'm live, so I'll add that later. Then you just change the same thing. Contracts, you're gonna come in here. We're gonna go till 2 o'clock. And 2023. 9:15, and then the hour I always just do 9:30. I mean, if I'm doing it pre-market, and then always change your time zone there to match. See, my UTC down here is -4. That's why I do that. Okay, so we got that back in. Now, where do we want to take our continuation put? That's the question, right? So we know if we break that 448.36, then we're likely to come all the way down to that 447. I don't know. I don't know if I want to take it above that, but I don't want to take it below this. So I would probably be okay taking it if we break 447, 447.90. That should give us enough to scalp down and ride that put too. It's a little more aggressive, but we're doing less contracts, so I'm okay. It's a little more aggressive than I normally want to, though, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna just change this one. The bottom. We're still working on the bottom one, right? So we'll change that to a put. We already have everything else set up. So we're putting 447.90. We'll say. And guys, it's already at 448.52, so we may actually already be below that, right, by the time it opens. Yeah, you can. You don't have to change it if you have an open trade, and as long as you're not planning on setting up anything else, then you can do it. The bug that was fixed was for some reason this ending trading zone thing. At times it would still pick up a trade outside that zone. And so we were able to correct that. So it picked up that put slightly outside the zone, but I wasn't worried about it because of the news that was coming, and you can see it's playing up pretty well. So I was okay with it. But that's what it is. So as long as you're not setting anything else new, or you're not particular, you're not setting a specific trading zone, then that's fine, John. So with this dropping like this, I don't know that I want that because we got some time before it opens. Let's put it below here. Let's just not be let's not be too aggressive here, guys. Let's focus more on this trend line. So if it breaks we'll say 446, we'll take the put. It's gonna, I don't know that I feel comfortable being that aggressive as it comes down anyways. And we might not even make it because it's just tanking. So let's just ride it down if it gets to 446. So 5 contracts, 3.5. We're gonna uncheck the DCA. I'm gonna do the uncheck the stop loss, and that will be our put. Okay, so I already have it marked here, 446, so that's fine. We're not doing the call here anymore. We do have a call at 447.25, so I can put a line here. This is something I like to do lately, just to remember kind of where those lines are. And so our play right now, we have a put already in play, which is working out pretty well. We're actually, I mean, our strike price is 440, like 447 or 440, yeah, 448 possibly, right? So it's going to be a pretty good trade. Once that opens up, if we can hold down here. But if we do get down to the 447, I'm anticipating a small bounce on that. I may adjust this one on the fly. If I do, I'll let you guys know depending on how we open, if it's super bearish sentiment. We're not going to do a continuation until we get down to here, though. I just don't trust the EMAs and the trend lines and all that, so I'm not going to worry on that. So a little extra time on the live trader, I know. I think, I know Lincoln Bio, you said NVIDIA. Do you trade that? I don't know, Lincoln Bio, if you're here, do you trade it every day, or are you like stuck in trades when you ask that? Because I feel like you trade NVIDIA like daily, man. I hope you're doing all right with it. But I'll look at NVIDIA first. So that's kind of our SPY set up. To recap for people that missed the SPY, you know, it's currently dumping right now, but this is a support level here. It's likely dumping because of the whole strike thing that's actually playing off. Plus, we created this lower high. The sentiment's just bearish right now, so we definitely could come back up here to 451.51 if we can hold support above this 200 on 447. If we break below 447 or 446.50, somewhere in this range, then it's going to get ugly. So that is the range. But NVIDIA, hey, good morning. So let's talk about NVIDIA. Just my quick look at NVIDIA, guys, on the 1 hour. You can see, I'm going to mute this one, just that's the zone tracker. So you can see here, this is that pivotal line that we've been watching, sitting about 453.49. If it stays above this, I'd be careful taking puts, but I would not take a call unless we flip at least this right here, which is going to be the 21 SMA. I want to see where the 200. So the 200 is up here about 461. So I would say anything above 456.50, I would be okay with calls. Anything below 450.230, I'd be okay with puts. That'd just be the range, just giving you a quick range. RSI is in the middle on the 1 hour, so Harmonics got a yeah, we call the short leg back here, so on NVIDIA. Hope that helps, man. Let's see. Apple's still bouncing. Apple's got kind of a inverse head and shoulder possibility going on here, so we might see a little bit of a push up from Apple here. For Apple to crash, I'd want to see it break below 174.45 before we get any kind of real volume going down. I was just gonna say Microsoft. Okay, so guys, instead of doing all of them, I'm just gonna y'all have an idea of the ones that I do through here. I'll just take a request for like the last for a few minutes through there. I don't want to do TA on something nobody's trading anyway, so Microsoft, I think I talked about this one yesterday. So the things that stand out to me on Microsoft is you're obviously creating your higher highs, higher low, right? Higher high, you got your higher low, another higher high. So the anticipation would be that it's going to come down to create a possible higher low again, right? So you want to be, I would not take any calls, particularly up here. You want to, just like you would have back here, you want to wait for that pullback for that call. Now you could take the put. My only word of caution that kind of stands out to me here is I'm going to draw a line like right there. Let's make it white just to be a little easier for you to see. So you have resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, tons of resistance through there, resistance here, comes across, couldn't hold it there, couldn't hold it there, resistance here. But notice what happened, right? It pumped up and it tried to hold as support. So remember, in order for you to take a call on Microsoft, I would need to see this clearly hold some support, because you don't really have a whole lot of room up, right? Where there's just not a lot of these are all blowout candles, right? Pump ups, pump down, pump up. A lot of money can be made, but a lot of money can be made, but it's just riskier. So if I'm trading Microsoft, if I get a breakdown or a closed candle below this 21 SMA here, if this candle closes in the next 7 minutes, right, the sentiment's going to be bearish. I would be more clear to take a put on that than a call. You do have kind of a double top going on here, right? So this is that neckline. So if it comes down, it's likely to come down, come up, retest. That retest could be what you could wait for, and then ride that sucker all the way back down. So now if I wanted to take a call, I would not only want to be above this range here, but I'd want to be above this 21 SMA. Gap fill, sniper. So divergence has us red right now, so that's calling that pullback. We are flipping a little orange here. Let's see what the harmonics. Hey Dalton. Yeah, I'll go over that one second, or at least try to understand your question. And so hopefully that kind of gives you some idea on Microsoft. I don't see any other ones, guys. So I can kind of, to give you an answer with a non-answer, Dalton. So reading your question, when you're talking about trade value and you're talking about account size and you're talking about trading view, those are all important things, but they're very different. And so what I mean by that is what you see on this chart, and for anybody else new that's watching, TradingView is just simply it's a software that we use to actually chart our stocks or crypto or whatever you're trading to do the technical analysis. It doesn't have anything to do with the brokerage. Doesn't have anything to do with like value or contracts or trading or buying, anything like that, right? The only thing TradingView does is it simply tells us which direction the market might go. Then we take that knowledge, we take what we learned from that, and we make a decision to enter a trade within our brokerage. And so, like, we use Tasty Trade on our stuff. So an example would be we have these indicators that we have custom designed to help us. And so if the indicator tells me to take let's say a long, right? Or let's say this line right here, which is what we call an EMA, or exponential moving average. And so this basically takes an average of price. So likely most of the time it's going to come down, it's going to bounce off that. So when we see this along with some other things, right, we have some custom indicators showing you that, hey, the sentiment is that people are buying. Now I would take the knowledge and the analysis that I've performed on TradingView, and I would take that to my Tasty Trade brokerage, and I would enter what's called a call, which means that you're taking options contracts that your anticipation is it's going to move north. If you're trading crypto or futures, you'll hear people call it a long or a short. And that's why we use these terms on here, right? Short, long, things like that. So I hope that explains the difference, helps you with the difference. A lot of our stuff, guys, I can show you this. A lot of the stuff that we do is actually tailored around new people. So if you go to botjock.com, if you go into our academy here, you'll see we have all these videos that literally talk about understanding fundamentals, trading terminologies, trading strategies, how it comes together. It's all right there for new people. So the beauty is we don't have a Discord. We actually created a Discord. So you see this trading floor. This is what we built. So Discord, there's too many scammers. We had a lot of people that were trying to scam our people in our community. Like they were trying to impersonate me and CK. And we got tired of it. So we just built our own. So it's a lot more secure, a lot more to do in it. As far as voice and stuff, we meet on Google Meet, which you're staring at that on TikTok. So that's the Google Meet. I give out this to everybody. So we click info, copy joining info, and then you'll see like yesterday, like this, we just posted out. So like I said, we just do our own Discord. And we do automation. So we teach people to trade. We teach people how to trade using our technology. If you missed the beginning setup, that's what I was setting up here. This is our technology that enters trades for you. And we teach you all that. So, and you, like I tell people all the time, you can check. I actually highly recommend check us out for free, because we want people to be confident in what they're getting into and ask questions, right? So there's many people that come in and hang in the room with us with just creating an account with an email, and they ask a bunch of questions, right? And we'll answer it. I'm going to teach you. We're not shy of teaching you. We charge people mostly for our technology, not necessarily for the education. So yeah, just come on in and hang out. So I do have 858 though. If there's not any other requests, I'm just going to jump and look at the Dixie. So the Dixie's pumping up a little bit. We still got that room to hit the 105.61. It's interesting, I mean, like I said, I was talking about yesterday, down here, everybody was talking how it was going to crash to 94, 95, right? And here we are back at 105. So, the only thing that is certain in trading is that nothing is certain. So, I even openly admit, right, we call this double bottom. Those of you guys in the community, you guys know that we call this, but for that reversal, but I did not think it was going to go this high. So it's just climbing. It's crazy. I feel like the shoe's about to drop, but we'll see. Bitcoin, for those that are trading crypto, let's put my indicators back on here. So the main thing with Bitcoin, guys, I would watch is this trend line right there, this first trend line, because remember we talked about if we get a breakout above this trend line, right, and then we get a retest of support, it could explode up to that 27.8, but it's got to hold that trend line. And what do you guys see right here? Double top. So if we come back up, test this neckline, and it can't hold it, it's dropping probably down to the 200 EMA in the 1 hour before we get a bounce on there, which could still be bullish, right? Because we still got that higher low. So I would not be comfortable taking a long on Bitcoin unless I get some kind of a green candle on the 1 hour. So be patient if you're waiting on that one. But I do got 9 o'clock, guys. Also, Dalton, if you're still on, we do this I say every day, Monday through Friday. We usually did 8:30 to 9. Actually, starting Monday, I'm going to do 8:45 to 9:15. I try to spend 30 minutes just kind of going over my thoughts and TA. And then afterwards, what I do in the room for the members is we go into market insights here, and we give you guys some key levels just to watch, right? So we talk about days that you want to watch out for potential bullish. We want to talk about potential days that we might be bearish. So you can see on the 15th, where our sentiment is a little bearish. So that's actually playing out pretty good. And then this was yesterday's pivot resistance marks that we did. And you can see the third level of resistance was 450.42. It got up to 451, so pretty close. Not too bad. So that's some other stuff that we put out for you guys. But I appreciate you guys' time. Come on in. Yeah, that's the hardest thing, Dalton, is just, and look, you guys know in the community, CK's got the decades of experience. I've been trading for about 3 years, learned everything from him. And I'm very analytical. I love data. I love patterns. That's why I really enjoy trading. But even for me, man, it was like I really had to understand it. So when just understanding what this thing is right here took me a minute, just in the beginning, right? It was like, okay, what am I looking at here? What does this mean? What does it mean? Why does it stop here? Why does it stop here? Why is there this little wick? What does this wick mean, right? Like I dive into everything. I have to understand it. And that's what we do in the academy. We talk about exactly what all that means to put the fundamentals, because once you understand the basics of what the candle is, what the wicks are, then you can jump into things like indicators. Like each one of these candles has a meaning, right? We talk about, CK always mentions, the candles basically tell a story. And as long as you can read that story and you know what it means, then it gives you that guidance. And we have that in our room too. All of this stuff here in the trading tips is free. So if you wanted to learn like chart patterns, or let's say candle patterns like we were just talking about, you can get this free. You just come in here. It's stuff that we've just taken, from our spots that we like. And we just put it together to kind of clean it up, right? So it talks about, the different patterns, what they actually mean, understanding these candles, the dojis, directional changes. I mean, all this stuff is, like I said, is no charge in there anyways. So, because most of this stuff, you can find it free, right? We just wanted to kind of bundle it up for you to give you guys an idea. So, all you have to do is go to botjok.com, botjok.com. It looks like this. I know there's a lot of scammers. Create an account, just takes an email, you don't have to pay anything, and check it out. If you like it, sign up, right? If it works. So let's see where this market goes today, guys. I mean, we're 448, 40. I really hope it stays down here. Honestly, I hope it drops another $1 in the next 30 minutes, because that put's going to be pretty amazing. But I appreciate you guys' time. Happy Friday, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to leave you with this parting knowledge from my experience. If you are net green come Friday morning, do not be aggressive in trading your contracts on Friday. Don't even trade Friday. That's what we tell people. When I was new, what I like to tell people is trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Friday, either take the day off and enjoy your day, or if you have the time and you're like, man, I want to learn this, right? You don't have to be in a trade to learn. You can learn. Like, we're going to actually do this. If you guys want to join, you guys can come in and join. But I already told everybody in the room, I set my live trader. My automation will trade, but I'm not trading. Today, what we're going to do instead is we're going to do some exercises and try to teach people a little more in depth on some stuff, right? We're gonna have some exercises I'm gonna do with people. So, spend time Friday learning. You don't have to trade Friday. You don't have to trade every single day. Now, especially if you're net green, because I've seen so many times people be killing it all week, and then Friday, or Monday, I'll be like, how'd your weekend? I'm like, oh well, it's kind of bummed because Friday I lost all this, and I'm like, why would you trade on Friday? You're nuts. The only thing I'll trade on the Fridays is let my technology go, and that's only because I'm setting key ranges that it may hit, it may not hit, right? But I'm not worried about it other than that. So come on in, especially Dalton. If you want to come on in to the room, I'm gonna put that out. We'll announce that in Trading Floor. You'll see that, and I'll probably be I'll trade until about we'll teach right until about 11 a.m. EST. That's usually where I do, and then after that I go break for some lunch and get some projects done. But I appreciate you guys' time, and we'll see you guys in the room. I'm gonna end the community here.